Science and alchemy have been my tools in attempting to conquer this duality of human nature. Dr. Jekyll.
Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Doing great. It's about time for my vacation.
Vacation.
I'm so excited. We're going to be on a cruise.
So jealous.
And yeah, it's going to be good stuff.
You're going to have so much fun.
We get to relax. I don't have to work. Nobody from work can call me.
Means I can't call you.
That's going to be the hard part.
How many days is it?
We can't text each other.
How many days?
Well, the cruise is only 5 days.
Okay.
Well, 4 nights. So we get on the boat, and then 4 nights, and then we get off the boat in the morning.
You're going to have so many videos to watch when you get back. Just of me sending you TikToks and stuff.
Oh, okay. That's good.
That's good.
That's good. But yeah, we're super excited for vacation. I want to start packing right now, but it's still a little early.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
You need it.
Oh my gosh, do I need some time off? I need to take a vacation more than once a year.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Just for mental health reasons.
Yeah.
Because when I don't take a vacation, I don't take days off. I get days off, but I don't take consecutive days off.
Right. You need one in January and one in July.
Yeah. I think next year it's going to be March because my sister wants me to come see her at her spring break. Mm-hmm. And then in the summertime sometime when we go on another cruise.
That's good.
And I'm taking another short 3-night cruise in September. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good for you.
Yeah. But that's future Corinne. And today we are talking about Eureka.
Eureka!
Season 2, episode 12, All That Glitters. It was directed by Michael Grossman and written by Tanya St. John. It aired originally on September 25th, 2007. Previously on Eureka.
Your favorite.
Jack wants files. Stark doesn't want Jack to have files because protect Kevin. Kevin is connected to the artifact, in case you forgot. And Allison is shutting down research on the artifact and the accident. Mm-hmm. So much artifacty goodness. So this episode, we open with Zoe and Lucas coming out of school. Mm-hmm. And they're arguing about math.
But very cutely arguing.
Very cutely. Zoe likes chaos. I feel you, Zoe.
Yes, you do.
She doesn't like math because it's too organized.
My little chaos gremlin.
Thank you. And Lucas gives Zoe a little kiss.
A little smooch.
And a bracelet.
Yeah.
He's being all cute.
They're really cute together.
They kind of are. But then they get interrupted by a loud guy cleaning the statue that they're leaning on. He's just like, hey, I'm working here. It's like, all right. So they leave, whatever. And Callie and Jack are talking about their weekend plans at Cafe Diem. And Jack likes to fish and thinks it's awesome that Callie likes to fish. And Callie thinks he's cute.
They're also cute together.
They really are. They're really kind of adorable. Mm-hmm. But then Zoe interrupts and he's like, what do you want? So Kelly's like, this doesn't sound like a me problem. I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
But Zoe wants to have a party while he's gone.
Such a teenager.
Such a teenager. Okay, I can sort of understand the asking to have a party question. But she wants to be slumber partying. Okay, yeah. I get that too. That's fine. With boys.
Yeah.
Girl, again.
Try again.
You don't know where the boundaries are as a teenager.
Right.
Come on. My parents would never. If I told my mom right now that I was going to have a boy-girl sleepover, she would look at me like I was freaking insane.
Right.
First of all. But, yeah, no, just never. Like, anyway.
No.
Zoe just doesn't... She'll just ask whatever comes into her head. She doesn't even, like, stop to think, I bet you he'll say no.
Yeah, she's like, I'm just going to say it.
So then we get to Stark drawing blood from Kevin. Kevin's like, oh, when my blood sugar gets low. And Stark's like...
And he's like full on communicating.
Oh, yeah. And then Stark says, go on, go get some cookies. And
yeah, he's like, they have cookies in the cafeteria.
yes, they have cookies in the cafeteria. Allison says it's okay. He runs off to go get cookies. And Allison's like, oh, he's communicating so much better. I never would have been able to let him go off on his own before. Right. But she's also a little scared that it's the artifact that's changing him.
Yeah.
Which I get that inclination, but also maybe it's all the therapies you've been doing with him, all the other treatments, and, you know, other ways you've been trying to help him.
Right.
With coping and being in the world and giving him skills.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Why do you just jump automatically to the artifact is changing him and oh my god, this is a bad thing?
Yeah.
But here we are. I get it though. She's a mom. She has worst case scenario brain. It's a thing. But Stark does try to reassure her a little bit. Like, don't worry, nothing bad's gonna happen. I'm working on this night and day. So
right.
And then Jack gets stuck in traffic. Traffic in Eureka.
Weird.
That is very weird. But everyone is gawking at the same statue that Zoe and Lucas were leaning on because it's turning to gold.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then we get credits.
Bum, 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 bum.
When we come back from credits, Henry and Jack are inspecting the statue. And Jack mentions the King Midas fairy tale.
Right. Everything he touches turns to gold.
Yep. And Henry mentions alchemy and transmutation.
You know what's super funny?
Yes.
So you know I was sick last week.
Yes.
So while I was sick, I downloaded the Nancy Drew game.
Yeah.
Because I love my Nancy Drew games. I have a lot of opinions about it. I'm actually kind of mad and I'm going to ask for a refund. I got to almost the end, like, just have to, like, reveal who the bad guy is kind of thing. And there's, like, a bug that won't let me finish the game. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding? And I've had so many bugs through this game. They've fallen off the wagon. Anyway, this game takes place in Prague, and it is all about alchemy.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just ironic that this episode is alchemy.
Yeah. So you've been thinking a lot about alchemy.
I have.
The past week or so.
A lot more than usual, yep.
What? You mean that's not just an everyday thought for you? Like, wonder about the Philosopher's Stone.
Just let me think about this. Can't say it is.
So Henry wants to do some tests, but tells Jack that he's been locked out of his lab at Global. So
and he is not happy about it.
Not happy at all. So he's got to, do tests with whatever equipment he has in his garage. Because I didn't know that he was, like, kicked out of Global. I just thought they were going to get him a new lab.
Same.
Because that's what Allison said. Or maybe he's just being... Dramatic about it, yeah. Like, we can't have my lab, so I don't want a lab.
Right. Well, I guess all of his stuff would be in there, too, though. Like, all of his research, all of his tools, all of his...
Yeah, but they would move any tools and computers and stuff that didn't have to do with the research to his new lab.
Yeah, we would hope.
But in any case, he's big mad about it. And he goes off to his garage to try and run tests. And Joe interviews Zoe about the statue cleaner at Cafe DM. Zoe doesn't remember much about the guy except that he had an accent, was rude, and the name on the overalls was Rudolph.
Rudolph.
And when she said that, I wanted to be like, is he a reindeer?
Does he have a red nose?
Zoe interviews Joe about a date with Zane, but Joe doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No. Zoe goes on about what a gentleman and romantic Lucas is and shows off her bracelet that he gave her. It is kind of a pretty bracelet.
Yeah, it's cute.
You can tell that it's handmade, which is a little cute too.
I love that.
Yeah. So then in the next scene, Jack asks Allison about locking Henry out of the lab. And she tells him that for any artifact or Beverly related information, he has to make an official requests.
Yeah.
He's kind of hurt by this.
Yeah, I mean, as he should be.
They've always had a really friendly working relationship and flirty. And I think right here it's very, very clear that their flirty relationship has gone cold.
Yes.
Like ice cold.
And he's not happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, even though he's like kind of seeing Callie now, like they were still at least friendly.
Yeah, like it was a working relationship at least.
Yeah.
Like,
and now she's real cagey and not
sharing information with the sheriff.
and just not being a friend at all.
Right.
Yeah. Allison then goes to see Stark and he tells her that Kevin is evolving. His cells have mutated.
Crazy.
To an evolutionary level. And she told him that he's right because Kevin read her mind.
Which is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Stark suggests that she give Jack the Beverly file so that Jack can help find Beverly.
Mm-hmm.
Because they need to know what Beverly knows to be able to continue their research and helping Kevin. So then Joe and Jack go talk to Rudolph. I love his like workshop.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is.
It's just so just, I mean, there's metal
industrial,
everywhere.
yeah.
But industrial. That's what I'm looking for. It's so industrial and he's there doing his thing and he's good at it, you know. But he says that he uses the same cleaner every year on the statue. It can't be his cleaner because nothing has changed. It's very expensive cleaner.
It's very specific cleaner.
But it's the same junk that he uses every single year.
Mm-hmm.
But they tell him to go get a sample for them so that Henry can test it anyway. So he goes outside and Joe and Jack talk about Zoe's proposed sleepover. Jack calls Lucas hair boy, which I found hysterical.
Such a dad thing.
And Joe suggests that she chaperone the party. She's like, what if there's an adult there? And he's like, girl, she won't want me there. She's like, what about me?
Yeah, let me do it. I wanted sisters. Like, I always wanted a sister.
Yeah.
Which is cute. I get that.
Yeah.
Except I don't. I never really wanted other siblings. I love my brother, and I love my brother. But, like, I was never like, oh, I wish I had a sister. I was like, no, that sounds awful.
Yeah, but
I'm also the baby and, like, basically an only child since he's 9 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I was never like, I want a sister.
I think, too, though, for Joe, she grew up with 7 or
that's
many
fair.
brothers.
That's fair. So she's used to siblings and wants a sister.
Yeah. She's probably like, could one of my brothers have been a sister, please?
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
so then Rudolph comes back with the cleaner, and he suggests that they go talk to the artist that created the statue. And all but calls him a pretentious snob.
Yes.
As they leave, we see Rudolph's tools turning to gold. And then the soundtrack gives us the dun dun dun.
Yeah.
I noticed that while I was watching it. I was like, oh, the soundtrack gave us the dun dun dun.
I didn't have to do it this time.
So then Stark and Allison are at the warehouse lab again. Mm-hmm. Even Allison mentions, like, we haven't been here in a while.
Right, it's been a minute.
And a mysterious package arrives. From the DOD. And Allison's, like, panicking. She's like, I thought you weren't going to get the DOD involved. What's going on?
Why are you working with them? Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, don't worry about it. So they leave. He opens the door, and this package is a person. It's
fucking Beverly.
Fucking Beverly. You know she's going to be no freaking help.
Yeah, you know this could only go badly.
All you need is her research and her, like, files. You don't need...
Yeah, get her out.
Her, anyway. So, we find out that she was in solitary at Guantanamo.
Yeah, big deal.
Like, I feel like that escalated, like, quickly.
Very quickly.
Like, because she zooped on out of there trying to hide. Apparently not very well.
Right. And I'm assuming, like, once the Department of Defense is involved, I'm assuming, like, it escalates. Like, that's escalated.
Yeah.
And Allison was like, yeah, fuck it. Like, get her out of here.
Yeah. she's like, why didn't you tell me? Like, we were supposed to share information here, bud. And he says, well, for plausible deniability. Your signature's not even on the forms and all
It's
this.
kind of valid.
I mean, true.
I love plausible deniability.
Yeah.
That's why when people are like, actually, we're not so, and I was like, shh. I'll always just be like, don't tell me what I'm, don't, if I don't know, then I'm not supposed to.
Well, and I have learned in my adult life, if you're like, oh, what you talking about? And they're like, you don't want to know? I'm like, cool, thanks.
Yep.
And then I move on. Yep. If you tell me I don't want to know, I'm going to believe you.
Correct.
Yeah.
If I don't want to know, that means it is not my business. Goodbye.
Or if I'm talking about, and I tell someone you don't want to know, they're like, come on, tell me. I'm like, I look at them very seriously. Are you sure?
Right. Think about this very seriously.
Because if you ask, I will tell you.
Yeah.
You might
You're not going to like
not be happy about it. Yeah. Jack then goes to see the artist, Christopher Dactylos. It's a mouthful of a name.
It is a name.
That is quite the name. And his workshop, his studio is my kind of chaos.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of loved it.
It's
I love I'm not an artist, so like.
Yes, you are.
I'm a digital artist.
Photography is an art.
Yes, but I am a digital artist.
Okay.
I don't have I have a studio, but I don't have a studio.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have
sculptures everywhere and like
projects.
Yeah, you don't have like the tools necessary for like physical art projects.
Right, and I don't have like ongoing projects different places.
Right.
Like, but I loved his studio and I loved his vibe.
He hot.
He's hot.
He real hot. Mm-hmm. Do you know who that actor is?
He looked really familiar. Who is it?
He played Daniel in Stargate SG-1.
Oh, that's why he looked familiar.
Uh-huh. And honestly, though, he never looked that hot on Stargate. On Stargate, he was cute. He was nerdy cute.
What's his real name? Michael Shanks.
Yes, Michael Shanks.
Yeah, he's like an attractive dude in general, but with the whole like brooding artist vibe and like the coveralls and
then he had muscly arms exposed.
The arms, good lord, the arms.
I know.
I don't know, like the brooding artist, not brooding musician, but
right.
The brooding artist trope does it for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, as arty pretentious as he was, yeah, he fucking hot. Yeah. Whew. Yes. But yeah, I love his studio though. I just love the chaos of it all.
Yeah.
And Christopher tells us that he gets inspiration from his art from science.
I love that. It's so Eureka and so I just love that Eureka has these pockets of art and religion and culture that are all still inspired by science. Like science has a place in all of it and I love that.
And he sure does know a whole lot about alchemy.
Sure does.
The whole history behind it, and everything about it. Mm-hmm. He goes into a whole speech about it.
He does. And he could give me speeches any day of the week.
Uh-huh.
What do you know about alchemy?
Some say it was the first science, practiced by intellectual leaders throughout history. In the Middle Ages, it even incorporated an occult component, and many alchemists were burned at the stake.
What's the crime in trying to create gold?
The crime of trying to control nature. The age-old struggle between man and God.
Huh. Anything like that at GD?
The last of the known alchemists were Eastern European, but the fall of Hitler and the rise of particle physics hastened their demise. And that should save you the Google search.
But he has a piece in the furnace and has to get back to his art. Allison then goes to Beverly to talk to her. And Beverly says that she never meant for Kim to die. Allison's like, tell that to freaking Henry.
Right.
Allison asked Beverly to tell her about the artifact, but Beverly doesn't want to. Beverly wants a deal for protection. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to go back to Gitmo. And Allison thinks about it, and just from saying, I'll think about it, Beverly realizes that something is at stake for Allison.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious, but yeah.
Yeah. Then we get to Jack and Joe, and they find out online that Rudolph is from Slovenia. And is in debt.
A lot of debt.
And he learned his craft from his grandpa. And like Slovenia is kind of known for, what do you call it? Like alchemy and things like that. So Then Zoe runs in and thanks Jack for saying yes to the sleepover. And she shows Jack her bracelet, but it has turned gold.
Yes. It looks much more expensive.
Yes, but no, it wasn't gold before. But then we get interrupted with this scene again because Vincent calls panicked because people are looting Cafe Diem.
Because Cafe Diem has turned to gold.
Yes, all the metal things are turning to gold. Fargo tries to steal the espresso machine.
He said it's just so shiny.
So Henry comes on over to Cafe Diem and he ducks under the police line. Mm-hmm. And I noticed, like, such attention to detail. Because in Eureka, even the police line is high tech.
Yeah.
It's like a hologram.
Right.
It's crazy. So, but whatever is causing this is not airborne, he figures out, because it's not on the other side of the room. Mm-hmm. So it must be contact transmitted. So that's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it only seems to be affecting metal objects, not the wood, not humans, so nothing organic, just the metal.
Right. Like alchemy.
Yes. Joe remembers Zoe's bracelet and goes to, check that out. But yeah, we do know that the transmutation isn't communicable to people, but it's still dangerous because gold is not good for holding up buildings like steel.
No, it is very weak.
Yes. And Henry says, we'd be rich, but seriously unstable.
Yes.
And Joe says, like Paris Hilton.
Which is a dated reference. And also, I don't remember, was Paris Hilton ever, crazy?
I don't think she was.
I thought she was just airheaded. And now she's, doing things again.
She was airheaded and the butt of a lot of jokes.
Because she was she was the dumb blonde trope.
Yes.
But
she's actually, now, she's like a powerful businesswoman.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. She had a glow up.
Yeah.
To me.
She really did. I just don't remember her ever being, unstable.
I think people just thought she was crazy because of how
ditzy
or disconnected from the real world.
Okay, that's
she
valid.
was, because she was so rich. They had that show where she and her friend or whatever went to live on a farm and they had no clue.
Yeah, her and Kelly.
Yeah. But I said, in today's terms,
right?
Because again, dated comment. In today's terms, rich but unstable, like Elon Musk.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is how different what scale rich means now versus what it meant in 2007.
Yeah.
Back then we're rich, like Paris Hilton, who has $1 million. And now she has a lot more, obviously.
Yeah.
But she was rich, but she wasn't Elon Musk rich.
Right.
And now we're rich people, like Elon Musk, who owns half of the world.
Right.
Who could feed the entire world forever.
I also said rich yet unstable, like Kanye West.
Oh, hell yeah.
But then everybody hears shouts outside. Mm-hmm. And they see the statue corroding. Mm-hmm. So this is not good. It falls over and Jack pushes Henry out of the way. So Jack saved Henry.
Thanks, Jack.
Nathan goes now to talk to Beverly himself. And he tries to get information out of her, but she gets information out of him.
Because of course she does.
Jack and Joe then go back to Rudolph, and they find him pinned in his workshop. They save him, but just in time. Mm-hmm. And Rudolph's truck and contents are not affected. So we know that it's not the cleaning solution.
Right.
Because the cleaning solution was in the truck and in the metal containers.
Yep.
So it can't be the cleaning solution. So Jack now thinks of the bracelet and thinks that that's the source. Instead of the statue touching the bracelet, maybe the bracelet touched the statue. And then also the bracelet touched surfaces and things at Cafe Diem, which could have transmitted.
Yes, but how does he think that it got everywhere in the Rudolph? Oh, because of his tools.
Yeah, his tools were affected. And so, that would then transmit it. Yep. It's spreading. So, because he thinks it's the bracelet, he brings Zoe and Lucas into the sheriff's office to chat with them about it. Mm-hmm. She's totally embarrassed.
Yeah.
But we find out that Lucas made it during class, which is a metallurgy class that he takes from his professor, and they take it at the studio, at the professor's studio. And of course, the professor is our hot artist.
I'll take a class from him.
He can teach me how to sculpt.
A whole ghost scene.
But as Jack leaves, Zoe calls Lucas boyfriend.
And he's like, boyfriend. And she goes, play your cards, right?
Which,
play your cards
you're
right.
already making out and giving each other gifts.
Yeah, that's your boyfriend.
That's your boyfriend. I don't
That's
care
your girlfriend, dude.
if you call it that or not, but
Don't act surprised that she called you her boyfriend.
yeah. She's making out with you on the street.
Yeah. You better be her boyfriend.
Yeah. So Jack goes back to the studio, and Dactylos talks about the alchemist's curse. It's designed to destroy the civilization that messed with it. Babylon, Atlantis, the Maya. Why do you think they're not around anymore? They got close. And then this curse came and ruined them.
It's a fun theory.
It is a fun theory. It's
I like the theory of alchemy.
yeah, oh yeah.
And I love the vibe of alchemy.
Yeah. Very, I don't know.
Industrial.
Yeah. Industrial sometimes.
Industrial witchy vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Like just potions and things. Yeah.
Dry herbs everywhere.
I'll take potions everywhere. I'll take witchy core.
Cool symbols. Yeah, witchy core.
But he also said it would take a genius of an unnatural kind to come up with the solution to the problem.
Well, luckily they're in Eureka.
Yeah, true. So Stark and Kevin are hanging out at the warehouse lab. And they're just like doing little projects, which is really cute.
And they're
And
talking about how he's evolving and he read his mom's mind.
yeah, and Kevin knows that his adults are worried about him.
And his mom's working hard and worrying.
Yeah.
Because she's the head of Global Dynamic.
And Stark is telling him about telepathy, Beverly. Then Henry walks in
Of course.
and sees the entire thing. Even though
And
Stark
overhears about Beverly.
Stark really tries to like turn off the screen and like be like, oh, I don't know, you should have knocked, you know.
Friends don't usually... friends knock. Or, no, what'd he say?
People usually knock.
Yeah, people usually knock and he goes, friends usually don't care.
Yeah. And
Which
then
is true, because I never knock.
But like Stark like doesn't think or doesn't want to think that Henry saw anything, but he obviously saw it.
Oh, yeah,
Freaking all.
100%.
So, yeah. So then Stark takes Kevin and leaves, and Stark heads to Christopher's studio, and we find out that Stark and Christopher have a beef
Of course they do.
because it's Stark. So, and they're both very
Hot.
strong personalities.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yes, also hot, but they're also both very strong
Yeah.
personalities, and so obviously they have beef.
Right.
You know, Henry, Jack, Christopher, and Nathan all go down into Christopher's alchemy lab.
Bum, bum, bum.
The whole lab.
Whole lab.
Whole lab that Christopher never mentioned when he was talking all that alchemy stuff. He was like, oh yeah, it's all crazy. It's all mad.
Wow, who would ever do that? That's
No.
insane.
Except here's my basement. And Stark says, magic is for losers and wizards and has no place in science.
I love that.
I did too. But Henry sees an equation and he recognizes it. But it's missing something. So Jack says, well, Lucas added hydrochloric acid. Would that do anything? And they're like, well, yeah, maybe. Maybe. And then I think it's Stark says something about how heavy metals are created from lighter ones. And he uses some big science term that I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But that brings us to this week's
Science Corner.
Science Corner. It's a short one. It's kind of a throwaway line, but that's where the real science is here in this episode. Because the process of lighter elements combining to create heavier ones actually happens in stars through nuclear fusion.
Cool.
So, like, at the creation of the universe, and as stars are dying, heavy elements might be formed when lighter ones combine with neutrons in those dying stars due to fission, or sorry, not fission, fusion. So what Stark says there is correct.
That's neat.
Yeah. So that's how heavy metals are created. Through
That's so
dying
cool.
stars.
Oh.
Which, if you think about it, relates back to the artifact also.
100%.
Because the artifact existed at the beginning of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that would be all part of all that research too.
Yeah.
And that was
Science Corner!
super short. So now Nathan is going to go and try and work backwards with this hydrochloric acid input to create an antidote. And Jack arrests our hot artist. Now, Henry reveals to Stark that he recognized the equation from Kim's research on the artifact.
Yep.
Stark tells him to leave it.
And Henry is not a fan.
No. I mean, and both of them have very personal reasons why they want to study the artifact and Kim's research and what happened to Kim and all the things. And neither one of them is understanding the other's perspective.
Right.
Although Henry doesn't know about Kevin.
Right.
So he doesn't understand it all. He just knows that Stark is obsessed with the artifact.
And he thinks he's just, like, keeping him from discovering
Right.
what he needs to know about what happened to Kim.
Right. But Stark does know about Henry's relationship with Kim and that's why he needs to know these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's just a bunch of, if you guys would just open your mouths and talk to each other.
Men.
Ugh. So then Fargo thinks that Global will be fine until the building rumbles.
Yeah.
And then Henry goes to see Beverly.
Yeah.
She tells him that she knew he'd find the disc. She left it there for him.
Which does make sense.
Yeah. Because we remember when she did leave it, I was like, why? Why are you leaving this evidence?
Right.
You know, and so she kind of explains why. But he still wants to kill her.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
You know, and he goes crazy. And
he doesn't even know about how she killed Susan.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even know how bad she really is.
Right. He just knows that
she got Kim killed.
Right. But she manipulates him into telling her who the artifact is connected to now.
Yeah.
He didn't even know. He's just guessing, but it's a correct guess. But he spills the beans that it's Kevin.
Yep.
And that's probably bad.
Yeah.
And then Henry seems to understand a little why Stark and Allison are shutting him out.
Yeah.
See, now that he knows, he can sort of get it because he has empathy.
Yes.
Unlike Stark, who knows why it's important to Henry and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, although to be fair, Kevin is still alive and they're trying
That's
to
literally what I was
protect
just
him.
thinking. I was like, he has something to protect.
Yes.
Versus
just
a mystery to solve. Like
Right.
vengeance.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess I get that, but whatever. Now, Nathan is trying to figure it out, and Kevin sent Stark a note that is the finished formula. Mm-hmm. He's like, how did he do this? He hasn't even seen it. And
Right.
Allison's like, I stopped asking these questions.
Yeah.
But global dynamics is collapsing, and Fargo gets trapped.
Yeah.
And Allison is evacuating the building, and everything is rumbling, and it's kind of panicking. Jack asks Allie, he shows up to, help, but he then asks Allie to talk about Henry, Stark, Beverly's situation. And rightly so, she tells him, this is not the time.
Correct.
The building is about to fall down around us. Now
Yes.
is not the time for a conversation.
Yes.
Go do your job.
The building got turned into gold, and gold does not support buildings.
Right.
And the gold is corroding.
We are having issues.
We are code red.
So Jack does go and find Fargo, and then he gets voluntold to go under the floors of Global to apply the antibacterial solution that Stark came up with.
I do love that Stark is, like, legitimately a genius, not just, like, obsessed.
Right.
Like, he's legitimately, like, you want him on your side.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you need him.
Because what's his specialty? Like, bio...
I think everything.
Everything is his
Honestly, he just
specialty.
seems to know everything.
But it's very, like, biological based.
Yes.
Everything that, like, he gets, like, called in for has been, like, medical.
Okay.
Like, antibacterials. And, like, when
When
Jack went invisible.
Yeah, and when Zoe lost her voice, he
Yeah.
was doing the MRI thing on her
It's very
throat.
biologically based.
Yeah. So he's probably got something to do with biology. Probably a lot more specific, but
yeah.
Yeah. So the solution works, and the metals start going back to their original state. Problem solved. I love how in Eureka, like, we can have like 20 minutes of the episode all leading up to, and then like, here's the solution.
All
Everything's
done.
better.
It's like the biggest TV like pattern ever, where it's like big problem, like, and it happens a lot in my books too, where like there's this giant like mystery to be solved, and then like it's like 5 pages of it being solved, and I'm like, I want more of the solving,
yeah,
like of the
don't cuddle
of
my microphone.
what's happening
Yeah,
during that part, not just okay, I'll better.
yeah,
But that would be really boring TV. So.
yeah. Like, okay, everything's back to normal, you know. But
because once you have the solution, that's all you need. Like then it's over.
yeah, yeah. So then, now that everything's back to normal, we're gonna have a party. Party time at Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleepover time.
Yeah. And so Jack and Callie, their weekend gets cut short for some reason. It's never really said why.
Yeah.
But it gets cut short. They come home and find the party in full swing. And Sarah says that there's 2 people in the closet.
And Jack obviously assumes that it's Zoe.
Yeah. Or just teenagers in general. But worst case scenario, Zoe. And he thinks he's going to catch her. And then it's Zane and Joe.
Oopsie.
Making out like teenagers.
So you're supposed to be watching. Yeah. And then it's like, I'm watching her and she's watching me.
But then Henry thinks that the bacteria mutated more. He called Jack in.
He's like, something's going on. This is worse.
And he's showing him a dead body. And he's like, it's jumping to humans. And he sends Jack to take care of the town. And then we cut to Stark's lab where he's still working on Kevin's issue. Now, Henry
things seem to be ramping up quickly again.
Henry said that, like, he told Stark and that they were working on it, but Stark is working on something totally different. Mm-hmm. And Allison's up in her office and calls him and is like, hey, we gotta go. And he's like, no, I'm so close. But then in walks Henry after she hangs up. In walks Henry. And Henry confesses that he knows about Kevin. And he freed Beverly. Henry.
Yeah, come on.
You know I love you, but your decision-making skills, particularly around Kim's accident,
are terrible.
Are not up to par with your genius.
Correct.
So, Jack, before he left GD, he went to go talk to Stark and finds out that Henry lied. Mm-hmm. Stark knows nothing about this bacteria jumping to humans or anything. And they're walking through the rotunda and they see Henry, Beverly, Allison, and Kevin up in the office. And they're like, what the hell is going on? And then they watch the director's office drop.
And that's the episode.
Like an elevator. And that is where they leave it. It is a to be continued.
Yep. To the season finale.
Yes. Season finale is next time. Next time on Eureka. We find out
where it went.
Where the bunker elevated down to. This weird bunker. Where the office went.
Yes.
Because, like, I did not know that the director's office was an elevator.
Right.
Where
did it go?
What just happened? I
Hello?
don't understand.
Kevin, what'd you do?
Really? Henry, what'd you do?
Right.
You know?
Beverly, what did you do?
Beverly, Anyway.
That's the episode.
But first, I have a game for you, Maddie.
Let's play.
Smash or pass.
Let's do it.
Smash or pass. Rudolph.
Pass.
You know, kind of like his accent.
Okay.
I might smash.
Good for you.
Okay. I already know the answer to this one. Christopher Dactylus.
Smash, 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 smash.
Smash it all
bang,
day long.
Bangity bang. Instead of bang, bang, bangity bang.
Yeah. We discussed how hot he was. What about smash or pass fishing?
Pass.
Fly fishing.
Pass.
Yeah, pass.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I will lounge on a boat drinking wine while someone else fishes.
I'm impressed. That is an outdoor activity.
I do like the outdoors. which is, it's hilarious.
Not from what you've said on every other episode.
I like the outdoors from 65 to 75 degrees.
Okay.
Or occasionally, if I am like sunbathing at a comfortable temperature, but not cold. Like it would have to be like 80 degrees or
Okay.
80 to 85.
Okay.
With a breeze from the ocean. Because I went deep sea fishing.
Or the lake.
Yeah, but at a lake, you just kind of sit once you're fishing. I mean, everywhere you sit when you fish. But like, we went deep sea fishing, so we got like the big breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh, I'm about to have the big ocean breeze.
You aren't Neelix.
Oh, hi, Neelix. No, you're not coming with on vacation. All right, smash or pass, alchemy.
The vibe smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you actually could, like, turn, I don't know, copper into gold?
I guess it'd be cool, like, witchcrafty cool, but, like, I don't care. Like, first of all, copper is more useful than gold.
Yeah.
Like, in a
Okay, what if you could
industrial sense.
turn, like, I don't know, your regular steel into gold?
Yeah, sure, smash. I guess.
For alchemy,
My
I'm gonna
jewelry would be much more luxurious.
yeah, I'm gonna smash alchemy because witchy vibes.
Yeah, the vibe. Like I said, the vibe, absolute smash.
Well, and
Real life, like, smash, I guess. Like, I don't see why it's so, like, it's always so secretive and, like,
because
evil.
people got like burned at the stake for witchcraft and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That's
Whatever.
why.
And it's all, actually, fun fact, it's all tied into World War II also. That's probably why it's even more, like, hush-hushed.
Yeah, and that there.
And on that fun note,
And on that note,
have some credits. This has been another episode of You Should Watch Eureka with Madi and Rin. I'm Madi,
I'm Rin
and we're two best friends that just need an excuse to hang out together.
all the time,
Always.
even though we work together too,
And we see each other like 50 hours a week.
and it's great.
We love it. It's fine.
We made it through another week.
We did it.
People should email us, Maddie.
They should email us.
They're gonna email us at youshouldwatchpod1. That's the number 1 at gmail.com. People should also follow our Instagram at youshouldwatchpodcast. I also want to say a big thank you to John Eric Copeland
That's my dad.
for writing our theme song that you hear at the beginning and end of this show.
Do, 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 do. Now, go follow the show on whatever platform you found us on and tell your besties to listen. And until next time,
Bye, besties!